Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
U.S. cops have killed over 1,000 in 2017, including pregnant moms, innocent kids, and disabled people. The number of Americans killed by police in 2017 has surpassed 1,000, and the victims include innocent teenagers, pregnant women, and mentally ill men. By Rachel Blevins, November 8, 2017. Police officers in the United States have now killed more than 1,000 Americans in 2017, according to a database that has been recording deaths at the hands of police since 2013. As of November 7, the total reported by killed by police stands at 1,019 people. While the vast majority were killed by officer-issued firearms, several were killed by police tasers, patrol cars, and restraint or physical force. In January, 108 people were killed by police. Muhammad Abdul Muhaymin, 43, died in the custody of police officers in Phoenix. He went into medical distress when multiple officers went out of their way to restrain him, even placing 2 sets of handcuffs on his wrists after an individual called police because Muhaymin reportedly bumped into him in a doorway. Advertisement. In February, 113 people were killed by police. Jerome Keith Allen, 22, was shot multiple times and killed by police detectives in Jacksonville, Florida, after he was accused of approaching an undercover officer's car while pointing a gun at its window. The 3 detectives involved have since been accused of removing evidence and tampering with the crime scene. In March, 86 people were killed by police. Rodney James Hess, 36, streamed 2 videos in March as he sat in his parked SUV, which cops said was blocking an off-ramp in Alamo, 10. He was shot after police claim they became worried he'd mow them down with his car. In April, 85 people were killed by police. Jordan Edwards, 15, was shot and killed by police in Balch Springs, Texas after he was a passenger in a car that an officer claimed drove aggressively toward him. However, after the body cam footage was released, it was made clear that the car was not a threat, the officer had no reason to fear for his life, and an innocent 15-year-old was murdered as a result. Read more. Cop awarded $230,000 after punting an innocent man's head like a football on video. In May, 109 people were killed by police. Jimmy Sanders, of Milwaukee, was fatally wounded after police were called to Jack's Apple Pub in Appleton, Wisconsin in May. Sanders had prevented a murder and disarmed an attacker when police walked in and killed him. In June, 104 people were killed by police. Charlena Lyles, 30, was shot and killed by police in Seattle, in front of her 3 children. The mother, who was pregnant with a 4th child, called police to report an attempted burglary. When they arrived to find her with a knife, they shot and killed her instead. In July, 114 people were killed by police. Uri Martin, 58, went into respiratory distress and died after he was confronted by police in Deep Step, Georgia, who were looking for a suspicious person. The 3 sheriff's deputies responsible for the man's death were fired as a result. In August, 96 people were killed by police. Anthony Antonio Ford, 27, was shot and killed by police in Miami, Florida. Officers tried to arrest him after they stopped Ford on the side of the road and found that he had violated his probation. When Ford took off running, the officers claimed they feared for their lives after Ford reached for a gun, but it turns out that he was not armed. In September, 85 people were killed by police. Oklahoma City police shot and killed Magdiel Sanchez, 35, after they claimed he matched the description of a suspect in a hit and run, was holding a stick, and did not immediately respond to their commands. The only problem was that the man was deaf, and neighbors who knew him said they desperately tried to warn police that Sanchez could not hear them before police opened fire and killed him. Read more. Video. Cop violently attacks peaceful high school girl as she sits at her desk. In October, 94 people were killed by police. Sean Bohinski, 37, was shot and killed by a local game warden in West Nanticoke, Pennsylvania. He was homeless, living in the woods behind a relative's house, when a local game warden approached him. The official story claims that Bohinski was shot and killed after he began to attack the officer. However, witnesses claim the man was not violent, and was shot from a distance of at least 50 yards away. The cases listed above are just a few of the incidents in which Americans have been killed by police in 2017, but they serve as a reminder that the individuals who are killed by police include innocent teenagers, pregnant women, and mentally ill men.
Death of teenager Trayvon Martin.
Rambosk Graham was shot and killed inside his home.
Two unarmed African-American teenagers in two separate states succumbed to the same fate. In Florida, Trayvon Martin was carrying candy when he was gunned down by neighborhood watch volunteer George Zimmerman.
It's a Bronx teenager being pursued by police moments before he was killed.
In New York City, Rambosk Graham was standing in his bathroom when he was shot in the chest by a plainclothes narcotics officer who forced himself into the home without a warrant. The 18-year-old was not in possession of a gun or drugs, and according to NYPD officials, the 30-year-old cop who pulled the trigger lacked the proper training to work in his assigned unit. 2 months have passed, and there have been no charges in connection with the killing.
It's a lack of training in these situations and a lack of respect for the communities that you're patrolling that allows an officer to sort of act in a unauthorized, undisciplined, outside the guidelines manner, which in essence is acting like a cowboy. You know, we're not in the Wild West.
The fatal police shooting of a 68-year-old ex-Marine.
Kenneth Chamberlain Sr. was the U.S. war veteran who fell victim to unnecessary deadly police force last November. The 68-year-old was tasered and shot by officers who responded to a false alarm from a medical alert pendant. Chamberlain reportedly instructed the officers to leave before they broke his door down. An investigation into his killing remains ongoing.
Too often, the police are putting themselves in situations where violence becomes a more likely outcome. And this is the result often of overly aggressive policing policies.
The exact number of Americans killed by overly aggressive policing remains unknown because the U.S. Department of Justice does not require police departments to report fatal shooting statistics. Meanwhile, the New York City Police Department, the world's largest, has refused to release internal reports on police shootings from 1996 through 2006.
Until you begin holding those officers accountable, until when they commit certain acts, they actually go to jail or they lose their pensions, you're going to have a resistance because they feel sometimes that they can commit these acts with impunity, meaning that they know that other than a few headaches or hiccups, nothing is really going to happen to them, which is why we bring cases and actions against the officers.
Persistent use of police tasers is also being blamed for the death of 500 people in the U.S. since 2001.
Turn around, put your hand.
According to Amnesty International, dozens of deaths can be traced to unnecessary force. Policies for taser use vary from state to state. Experts say it's time for Washington to create strict national guidelines to protect the public from police growing trigger-happy with electric shock devices.
This would help clarify things both for police departments and also, frankly, would strengthen the hands of people who want to bring litigation against the police for civil rights violations, because it would provide a standard that they could use for challenging these local police practices.
Critics claim that justice is rarely served when those who kill turn out to be U.S. police officers, in many instances leaving the very people entrusted with enforcing the law well protected when they violate it. Marina Portnaya.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but they cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts, 4 hours a day, and to save America, you know. But at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did; they died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. Is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that's that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know what, we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, now we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not, they're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that, that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is, and they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now, where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran in, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran in, no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it, but it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know that $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.